founder of Diversified Financial Solutions, and one ever investment advice is needed, not just for investing your money, but why? Are you investing for your future retirement? Are you retired and looking to maximize your income? Are you maximizing your income and concerned with
Get a clock, right?
loved ones? Are you investing for your retirement at the same time saving for your children's education and at the same time saving to buy
And they were
a
on
home?
there.
Are markets in line with your goals? Are your goals ever changing? Please contact me at 631-758-8691. That's 631-758-8691. Or visit us at Diversified Financial Outfits. For over 25 years, I have been helping individuals, families, and business owners navigate
Oh my God.
conditions with only one goal in mind. My clients.
You know you're on Facebook right now.
Financial.biz with Denise Nostrom, founder of Diversified Financial Solutions at 631-758-8691. That's 631-758-8691.
And it goes to the airport, so everything is goes to the airport. Hello and good afternoon. It has been a while. As most of you know, I always do my show live every Friday. I look forward to being with you, and whether it's on your drive home or just catching the show during your dinner. Well, the last live show was on Good Friday, April 18th. I feel like it's been forever. I miss my engineer, Regina, my girl. Welcome. Well, I welcome myself back, or it's good to see you. So there was, repeat shows that were aired the last 2 weeks, so you can still hear the show, but it's definitely not the same, right? Well, I'm so excited to be back live today on this rainy Friday afternoon. Thank you for tuning into the show. You're listening to the Financial Chick Show, and I'm the Financial Chick. I'm your host, Denise Nostrom, the CEO and owner of Diversified Financial Solutions. Your Financial Chick is here to help you make better financial decisions and choices to improve your life and reduce your anxiety and stress about money. If you want to learn more about me or my firm, check out the website at financialchickshow.com. We're also on Facebook at Diversified Financial Solutions, so like our pages to get updates and see what is happening. So where the heck have I been the past 2 weeks? Well, first off, last Friday I attended the 8th annual Patrick Medford Hall of Fame dinner and induction ceremony. I was pleased. I was honored back in 2019, and I was inducted into the Hall of Fame at that time. So since that time, and even before that time, I actually been going every year. I enjoy attending the ceremony because they do such a great job with it, and it's wonderful to hear about all the wonderful things that these inductees have accomplished since they graduated from Patrick Medford High School. This year, my friend, client, and New York State Assemblyman Joe DiStefano was inducted, so it was good to see him join the ranks of the Hall of Fame. And like I said, it's always a great night. The last week of April is always my broker-dealer annual conference in Jupiter, Florida. So I'm usually out of here, and it's a time for us to convene and talk about economics and phases in the market, new products that are coming, and new strategies. So I was down there, but prior to that, I also met with some of my clients in Florida. I have so many now, so I can't see all of you, unfortunately, when I get down there, but I did see some of you, and it was good to see them. So I saw some before, and then one after the conference. But I was on my way to Florida on Friday, April 25th. I landed in Tampa, and my first stop was to see my brother and sister-in-law and meet my new furry nephew, Murphy. He is a little black lab puppy and really, really cute. So it's a first today. Never had this happen. I'm going to be going 5 years on the show, but because he's moved to Florida quite some time ago. But I want to welcome my brother Jimmy to the Financial Chick Show. How are you, Jim?
Hello, audience.
Oh, you're so demure. You're not. Stop it. That's a lie.
I am, though.
No, you're not. You're not.
Florida calms you, except when you're sitting in traffic.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So,
But
so you flew up from Florida today.
Yes,
Actually,
yes.
just today. So he's been up early. So that could be why he's a little quiet,
This is
because
true.
he's
Yes.
a little tired. But to spend Mother's Day with us, and also to celebrate his niece Megan's 19th birthday.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah. So welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. Thank you. It's nice to be here.
All right. Well, that's good. So so you flew in from Tampa. You were talking a little bit before the show that doing a bit of construction down there, and
Yeah. Well, the area has exploded. The population growth is crazy, but it's also transient as well because people are leaving, and then you have more people coming in. So it's when you have more volume of people, obviously the airport can't handle a lot of that volume, and they're turning more towards the international situation, Switzerland and Austria, and they're putting out full, I think the resource of, what do they call that, passport.
Oh, like customs or something like
Yeah,
that?
a customs unit down there. It's similar to like Miami.
Was Tampa always international?
They are, but it was like Canadian.
Okay.
They got
Limited.
that designation. So, but now they, they do a flight to Heathrow, British Airways, stuff like that. So the area is getting, pretty big, and it's sort of a hub for some airlines. So.
Well, it's a very interesting thing, especially being here on Long Island, and we know a lot of people have made the exodus. So when did you leave New York?
2014.
I can't believe it's been that long.
Moved to Pinellas County, outside of Tampa. It was cattle farms, and now it's Publix, Walgreens, CVS. It's the development down there is tremendous. Because when you lived on Long Island as a kid, we already had development here. We had the homes in Medford and Smithtown, and everybody had. I mean, we didn't know what that looked like as a Long Island. You go down there, and you see 2,600 home developments being built on top of swamps, and you see grocery stores that take census reviews to figure out how many people are moving to the neighborhood so that they have enough. Publix grocery store is just amazing. They do a census review, and they talk to builders, and they find out who's moving to the neighborhood, so they know how many stores they have to build. So there's one on one side of the road and one on the other side of the road. It's quite something.
Well, even just talking to my clients, I mean, everybody is moving now or intending to move when they retire, and 9 times out of 10 the place is Florida.
Yeah.
That's where they're going.
Yeah, and Texas, Tennessee, North Carolina.
I mean, I have North
Yeah.
Carolina, South Carolina, but I mean, most of the people, and we know a few of our friends that have purchased places down there. But then now it's interesting, like you just alluded to a little bit before, that there are several people that are now done with Florida
Sure.
and now moving to those places like North Carolina, South Carolina. They still want to be in the South.
And here we're on the financial check, Charlotte, and it comes down to finances. People can't afford. Well, they can't. Why should a retiree have to pay an exorbitant amount of fees for flood insurance, homeowners insurance, and car insurance? When you have overpopulation, and this happened back in the 90s when I lived in Atlanta, when you have overpopulation, you have to pay into the pot, and everybody's going to have to pay a lot more money for insurance because it comes out of her pocket, his pocket, their pocket. And the more you have people, the more accidents are going to happen, the more cars are going to be on the road. And now you have different disasters. Now you have, hurricanes and flooding situations in communities. Like in Fort Lauderdale last year, there was 22 inches of rain in 2 hours, and it flooded multiple streets. So those insurance rates go up, and it's hard for people on fixed incomes. It's hard for younger people, especially when they get out of college down there, to pay $35,000 to $4,000 a month for a 1-bedroom bathroom.
Which blows your mind, right? Because most of us listening here from Long Island.
It's difficult.
And usually Florida used to be the place to go where you could make a living.
And people in the 80s, I mean, everybody vacationed down there, and it's still a nice vacation spot, but everybody's mostly transient now. And they're searching for that spot that has low income, and it's very difficult to find now. It's very difficult to find because once someone finds it, Austin, Texas, for example, was not, what it is years ago, it was like just a small city.
Right.
But the exodus from California and now the exodus from Washington State, of course.
Changed the whole dynamic.
Exactly, and now you have rents that skyrocket, and it's a difficult thing. So we're in like this transitional period where everybody's searching for that right place to find where their income is going to be right. And I just don't think that people from Gen X, like us, are going to be able to retire because it's difficult. There's a lot of expenses out there. Every time you turn around, there's a whole. But getting back to Florida, the flood insurance thing is it's a very big thing, and then the carriers are, they're overwhelmed. They're overwhelmed. And they wind up pulling out. So then you wind up getting state-funded insurance through Citizens or whatever entity they come up with, and that's difficult for people to handle too because you're not getting the right policy
Right.
for what you have.
And again, it's tough too. You think about years ago, the coasts were still where you wanted to live, but now they're building houses like where they shouldn't be building places.
100%.
So you're going to have more tragedy and disasters, and it stinks, but it's unfortunately something that
If you build a
happen.
$5.9 million mansion 50 feet away from the Gulf of America, you might want to think about that during September, October, November, December.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's storms that occur. So, do your research, do your homework.
Absolutely. All right, well, we are coming to the commercial break. Got to pay the bills, but you're listening to the Financial Chick Show. This is Denise Nostrom with my brother, Jimmy Nostrom. My company is Diversified Financial Solutions. I help you look for financial solutions when you feel like there are none. Feel free to contact me at 631-758-8691. It's time for a commercial break, so stay tuned. All right. Good deal. So we're still on Facebook, so,
It's fine.
don't want to say anything.
Yeah. That's fine.
But, yeah.
So, I'm so out of the loop.
What's that?
What is Facebook Live? I'm so out of the loop. I don't even know.
Oh, it's, right now people can listen to me on 103.9 FM here
Which is
locally.
the old WRCN.
Correct.
Right.
Well, it's still RCN, still
Is it?
call numbers. Yeah, but now it's all talk.
Okay.
Or they can go on the actual app for LA News Radio, or they can my people this is on my page right now. So hi everybody, this is the behind the scenes
Hi,
during the
everybody.
commercial break.
Yeah.
You got about 50 seconds.
50 seconds? Well, that was a quick break.
It was about we started off with a minute 45, a little less than 2.
Okay, no, it's all good. Just as fast.
What subject are you going with now?
What's that?
You changing the subject?
We can do whatever we want.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just wing it. We can talk it
30 seconds.
Okay. So, I'm going to have my intro back in, and then we'll just go from there. Just shoot the breeze. It's all information. People love information.
And I'm sure you saw all those things that I was talking about when you were driving across the state.
Oh, yeah.
The cattle farms are gone. It's so sad.
It's so sad.
It really
Well, it's like Long
10
Island.
seconds.
Like Long Island, there used to be all the potato farms.
Sure.
Welcome back. This is Denise Nostrom, the Financial Chick. My company's in Medford, and you can reach me at 631-758-8691 or visit my website at financialchickshow.com. I'm here to help you on your financial journey. Over the years, things change, and I'm here to help you navigate all those changes. So today, like I mentioned before, I haven't been here. My gosh, this is my first live show in 2 weeks. I've been traveling and doing a lot of assorted things. And it's been interesting. So I haven't seen, my brother moved to Florida back in 2014, and I haven't seen him, and then these past couple of weeks, I've seen him so much. So he flew up today, and for the first time, and I've been doing the show over 4.5 years, is finally on the Financial Chick Show with my brother, Jimmy. How are you?
Fantastic.
And we're back from break now.
Yeah.
So before the break, we were talking a little about Florida and how things are changing and prices and all of that kind of stuff. And we were chatting during the break that it's almost like New York or Long Island specifically. That years ago out east we had all of the potato farms or different types of farms, and now all those farmers sold out and they are now wineries or they're apartment buildings or condos or something like that.
Well, the situation in Florida is that families have these cattle farms. Said family who own the farm, the kids don't want it in inheritance.
That's the problem. Yeah.
So what happens there is that you get an investor that comes in and they put these huge neighborhoods up and promote these neighborhoods in Illinois and Ohio and New York, New Jersey, and of course it's an attraction.
And the family gets a pretty penny.
Yeah, it's an attraction to move down to a new place, palm trees, and you could wear your T-shirt in December and January, and then it is interesting the transition to watch from when I moved to the area to what I see now, and it's every to kind of make this equivalent. It's like Carl Place is everywhere. Carl Place and Westbury are just such busy areas on Long Island that you have the Roosevelt Field Mall and blah blah blah. It's like that there now, and I guess what they're trying to do is supply the people that are moving into these homes with plenty of stores to go to, and there's just so many choices now. You can order something on the internet or get it in your hand in a store that they're going to build 2 weeks after you move in. So, yeah, that's just the way it is.
Yeah, it's a different dynamic. It
Yeah.
definitely is. And I was in Port St. Lucie meeting with a client there, and it's called the Riverland area, or Tradition. It's this whole community, and it's kind of like the Villages, but a different vibe there. You know, where they're building all of these homes, and
Sure.
they're putting together, like you said, all of the stores, and so they literally get in their little golf cart, they roll to a restaurant, and they can pick up some stuff at Publix, and even maybe go see a movie, and then go home. You know.
Yeah, I mean, see, Long Islanders don't have to deal with HOA communities too much. So it looks good in the ad, but then when you, I mean, and HOAs provide a 50-50 for you. They're good in some aspects, and then they're bad in some aspects because you just don't have some of the freedom that you had living in a single-family dwelling in a neighborhood. There's a lot of deed-restricted neighborhoods down there where they tell you basically how to live. I mean, you can't have multiple cars in your driveway doing oil changes and brake jobs. And nobody,
But see, that's the good part of it, like,
Yeah.
you know, because people take it to the extreme. You know, you
Right.
want to have
Yeah.
conformity, right? But
and then you hear these stories that transfer through the the news media about someone fighting over a flag in the community or something like that, and that's where the HOA. I mean, and then the HOAs they have to adhere to a state law now where they all have to have certain money in their coffers for disasters and storms, and also for insurance. Somebody trips over a sidewalk that's visiting grandma, they fall on their face. Next thing you know, of course, they're going to the law office and they're trying to get a payout. HOA's got to pay that out. Next thing you know, your insurance is going up and your HOA fees. So they're kind of a
well, it's interesting you're
50-50.
saying that. You remember my friend Joanne from Delphi University, and she's on the board of her HOA,
Yes.
and she was just telling me the same stuff. And Joanne, you may be listening. If you are, hi.
Yes. The thing is, and it's everywhere. It's in Greenville, South Carolina. It's in North Carolina. You move to these communities with these restrictions. You have to be a homeowner before you go in there. And you have to wonder. Okay, so if it's $725 a month in fiscal year 25, what is it going to be in 28? Is it going to be? Are you going to be over 1,000, 13, 15, 1,600? And is that sustainable for you to live
Well,
in?
and I've been hearing that with the storms that were down in Florida, like, having to get roofs repaired, and HOAs sometimes going up 30, 40, and sometimes 50%. And, if you're somebody that's living close to the cuff, how do you deal with that,
Well, I didn't evacuate for Helene, but I evacuated for Milton.
And you're on the West Coast. Just
Yes,
so
I'm
you
on the
know.
West Coast. It's a different coast compared to the East Coast, for sure.
See, I love the East Coast.
We had about 4 foot of water under so we live in a dwelling that has like a foundation around it, and we had fish literally under our house. The whole neighborhood was buried in salt water, and it was expected. I mean, you expect these things. Once you live in Florida, these storms are like second nature,
Yeah.
But you do see the new people who move there, they panic. It's like, up here, bread and milk is on the rise when
it snows.
when you get a dusting. Everybody's got to run out and get that real quick. But yeah, it's a shame. But the point of the matter is that this flood insurance situation is becoming a situation that people are having a hard time to deal with, especially the retirees that are still there. And now, if you try to, and God, I hope the Florida Chamber of Commerce, I hope the Florida State's not listening to this, but if you move to the state of Florida as we speak, it doesn't matter if you live inland or you live on a coast, you have to apply for flood insurance because the lakes crest as well, and a lot of inland areas got flooded as well during both of those storms. It's a different dynamic than Long Island. It's actually it's interesting to see. I can tell you that. But yeah, on the average, somebody's paying between $8,000 to $10,000 a year for flood insurance.
Wow.
That all, and that all depends, and then you pray that you don't have to put a claim in.
Right.
So, and then if you live on the coast, where you just were, you know, a lot of these towns like Reddington Shores, Paso Grill, Madeira Beach, Treasure Island, these people, I mean, some of these properties are millions of dollars. These people now have to figure a way on how they're going to rebuild. And the rebuilding process is difficult because you can't rely on the federal government. The county government is going to offer program assistance for $30,000, but you have to go up to code now.
Mm-hmm.
You have to raise your home.
Yeah.
And that's you're looking at $250,000, $350,000 just to do that, to set that up.
And again, you're already seeing, I know, like I met with my client in Treasure Island, and, you know, he said you can pick up a house in his area that you probably couldn't have a year or two ago, a lot cheaper. You know, so that's starting to change as well.
And I feel for the younger people, because the city of Tampa itself, between the colleges and all these things, a lot of those kids, they live in an area called Channelside. Channelside, it's booming, man. It's a crazy area. They got flooded out pretty good. Tampa Bay rises quickly during these storms, and there's not a lot of ways to stop it. Water is dangerous. So,
yeah, for
but
sure.
you
You
just
know that
have-
too, here in Long Island.
I mean, you know, just to say this, it's not when I'm not trying to knock living in these areas, but you just have to do your homework. You have to do your homework. It's like buying a car. Like, how much a brake's going to cost me in like 60,000 miles? How much a tire is going to cost me? You always have to do your homework before you start buying these things, because if you put yourself in debt, I mean, nobody wants to do that because it's irreversible sometimes. You can't get out.
And as the financial shape with the sense, it's
Sure.
hard. I got to deal
Absolutely.
with people.
Yeah.
So we'll come to the end of the show. It goes real fast, I told you. But I want to wish all the mothers a very happy Mother's Day. It's a day to honor all mothers, whether you're a birth mother, adoptive mom, stepmother, grandmother, dad who has dual roles, or the puppy mommies as well. Well, I should say pet mommies. I went to puppy pet. Hope you all enjoy the day. Take the time to relax and do the things you want to do. I want to wish my daughter, Megan, a very happy birthday this Sunday. She's turning 19, and next Friday going to be finishing her first year of college, which is mind-boggling.
And my birthday is
Wait a minute, you're not. See, brotherly love, right?
It's-
And I want to wish my
brother.
brother. Say the best for last, but now I'm not going to say it. No, your birthday's on the May 15th.
Yeah,
Happy birthday, you
that's it,
freak!
that's it.
All right, thanks for tuning in today. Remember to do better, be better. Take care for now, and I look forward to being with you again next Friday. All right,
Am I hitting that
and
button?
that's a wrap. Yeah.
Am I hitting this
Yeah.
button?
Mm-hmm. Bye, everyone.
And what do I?
Having technical difficulties, please stand by.
No vertigo at all.